Welcome back to Whiskey Wonder Woman. In today's video, we're doing a Booker's bottle. This batch is Charlie's batch 2023-01. So we're doing a batch from last year, and that's fine with me. There's so many Booker batches. I think, how many come out in a year? Like 3 or 4? I can't keep up. And not only that, it's hard to get Booker bottles in Virginia. They started getting allocated in 2021, actually. No, I think 2021 or 2022, because I remember still seeing them on the shelves for a while. So once they got allocated, it got hard to get Booker bottles, and like you can't keep up with the batches, unfortunately. And when you go to other states, like you can't keep track of the numbers. So it's like when you find a Booker's, it's like whatever number you could get at this point. Crap, it says Kentucky tea batch. I keep forgetting that this batch, it has the wrong thing on it. So now I have to look it up. I wish Jim Beam just like had like a repository for their Bookers, because I don't want to read people's reviews. Let's see. I just want to... The only one that's popping up for Bookers is the Beam House batch, and I already did that one. Yeah, because it's an old batch, I'm just gonna have to look at the first review, and hopefully they have information on the card. Okay, so it was the first release of 2023. This batch is named in honor of Charlie Hutchins, the craftsman behind the signature wooden boxes that each bottle of the Booker's bourbon comes in. I love these boxes, by the way. I never throw them out. I use them for storage. They are awesome, sturdy, like really good stuff. He is also a longtime family friend and former employee of my dad, Booker No. Charlie started his career working at Booker No Distillery. He was quite the storyteller and would entertain others with his tall tale throughout the workday. He was also one to pay close attention to the details, doing something over and over again until it was perfect. Just like Dad was with his whiskey. It's not hard to see why they got on so well. After several years, Charlie left the business to open his own cabinet shop with his brother. Charlie handcrafted the very first Booker's bourbon wooden boxes in his garage, and he's created every box for us since. He and his brother have expanded their business to create other fine wood products for different brands and projects in the Beam family, including supplying customer furniture to the new Fred B. No Distillery, where the Booker's bourbon is now distilled. Charlie still lives near our Booker No Distillery and enjoys fishing and vacationing with his family in South Carolina. One of these days, my son Freddie and I hope to get out there to fish with him. Our whole family is so grateful for Charlie, as he was one of the first people to help us make Booker's bourbon a recognizable brand. Charlie is a very worthy recipient of his own batch. We are excited to honor him. Mash bill, 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% barley, 126 proof, 126.6 proof, 7 years and 1 month and 8 days you're old. Whew. All right. Just like broke. Okay. It's like the wax is like really hard. Wow. That is weird. I don't think that's ever happened to any of my Booker bottles before. Well, first, this is what the bottle looks like. It's like all over the table. All right, that nice amber color. It's beautiful. A nice like brightness in there. I think because the proof is so high, I'm gonna give it a few minutes to let it sit and do its thing. And I'm gonna clean up a little bit as that's happening. Alrighty, I think I gave it some time. It smells like toasted nuts and oat chips. Drizzled in like vanilla and caramel. There's like a weird like oily-ish smell. But it reminds me of something on food. Almost like the oiliness from food when it's like cooked. Like there's like a thickness. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. It honestly, like what I'm picturing is like, and in New York City, the roasted peanuts that you buy for like $1, and they're like caramelized in like sugar. But there's like a weird oiliness to them. That's almost what I'm smelling in the aroma. It smells really good. There is sweetness, but I think this is like probably the first time that I feel like there's more like nuttiness. I feel like this batch is about Charlie in some way, because it's different. I thought it was gonna be like really oaky and bitter, but it's not. It's actually different. I'm still getting like certain bourbon notes, like the vanilla, the caramel, a little bit of like fruitiness, but in this one, I feel like there's toasted, like there's a toasted aroma, and there's like a lot of nuts. I don't know what kind of nut. I want to say peanut because I said peanut, but I don't know. Some type of fruit. And there is oak. For sure there is oak. So I actually don't know where this bourbon is going, honestly. It just seems like it's an explosion of flavors, honestly. I will say the aroma is really good. It's just, I don't think I've ever smelled this aroma before. I smelled like, let me retract that. It has similar Jim Beam like aroma notes in here, but this specific Charlie batch has certain notes that are just, I don't know, different. Let's find out what the tasty notes are. All right. Cheers. Okay. The initial like taste, it hit very spicy. Okay. Right now, I could 1000% say I feel like I ate a roasted peanut. It even has like that oily finish that peanut has. That is so weird. I don't think I've ever had that taste before or experience with bourbon. It is definitely like nuttiness, oily finish, weird. The initial taste was spicy. I was not expecting spiciness like at all. I was definitely expecting like oak and maybe char. I was not expecting the spiciness. It's not even peppery. It's just, it's heat. It's like hot. Like almost like hot chili peanuts. This is honestly a very interesting batch, and not in a bad way. proof is high, but behind it, I still get a nice like thick caramel, and there is sweetness. So I want to say there is a lot of like vanilla notes in there. After taking a few sips, I feel like the aroma got much sweeter, much more like deep caramel notes, like very toffee-like, almost like burnt sugar, like I said, like that, like burnt sugars on nuts. It still has like that oily-ish aroma. It's weird. Maybe like a hint of citrus somewhere, but it also could be also bitterness that I'm smelling. I can't tell. Or maybe it's a spice. That I cannot figure out. Behind the spice, there is lots of sweetness. There's like candied notes, lots of vanilla, not a lot of caramel, like sweet oak. It's just like very thick and oily and flavorful. It's a very long finish. It's honestly watering in my mouth. The finish is like lingering and smooth. Like even though the taste was spicy, it finishes like nice and smooth. Like it's actually a really good batch. It's just going through a lot of transitions right now. I would say like even though it is spicy, it is really good in flavor. I really enjoyed the sweetness. There's a lot of good balances happening that I'm able to enjoy the spiciness, because sometimes I'm not able to enjoy spiciness at all. But with this, I think it's really, really, really good balance. So I feel like Charlie, he would be like very pleased with this batch. I'm pretty sure he is. It's been a year now since his bottle came out. But let me check the notes because I'm very curious. There are so many things that I said. I can't even remember half the notes I said. I definitely said nuttiness and caramel and oak. The proof is high, but it's definitely a smooth finish. I guess I would have to look at other people's reviews because it wouldn't be on the Jim Beam website. Let's go to Forbes. Forbes wrote an article on Charlie's batch. Charlie's batch has a distinctively Booker's aroma of vanilla, baking spices, and a touch of oak. This batch adds some roasted nuts to the mix. I definitely said roasted nuts. I'm 1000% sure I said roasted nuts. On the palate, it's surprisingly sippable for its high proof. I think I said that. Behind the spice, there is still vanilla and caramel. I'm still able to like enjoy the sip. Caramel, roasted peanuts. I said peanuts. And dark chocolate. Ooh, I don't know if I got dark chocolate, but I wish I did. Giving off a candy bar vibe. I could see where they were heading with that, but I'm like struggling to get the dark chocolate, and I wish I did. I will say, because it is such a creamy and smooth finish, I could understand where they use the dark chocolate note. Giving off a bit of a candy bar vibe, but with enough oaky backbone to keep things from getting too sweet. See, I did say it was very balanced. A little water taps down the heat without sacrificing any of the flavor. Blah, blah, blah. I think I was pretty spot on, guys. Verified by Forbes. I think I hit the notes pretty well. I think I'm getting good at this, guys. Roasted peanuts, look at me. Whew. This batch is really good. I'm really glad that I have it because I've had a few Booker batches that I didn't love. And it is kind of cool to like go through each batch and like every one is different, but it's amazing when you find a good one that you like really like. So I am glad that I have Charlie's batch, and I know Charlie is proud of his own batch at this point. There's definitely a good respect and relationship going on there that they have such a good bottle going. So I have nothing else to say other than this was a really good batch. I did really well on the tasting notes, and this is really good bourbon. So with that, I will end the night, and I'll see you in the next whiskey video. Cheers.